Sean, tell us how you got this deal. Like, what was the situation? How you got involved with it? Give us kind of like the layout with the numbers. What you bought it for? How much repairs you plan on putting into it? What the retail value is that you think you'll be able to sell it for, and then what your profit is.
It's kind of funny. This particular house, the way we got it was I was checking my realestateinvestor.com dashboard, and I happened to caught the corner of my eye. One of the persons on my contact list had posted that they had a house for sale, and I see those often, but rarely do I find them in my neighborhood or my neck of the woods, and if they are, they're not in our price range. But this one everything fit perfect. I emailed the guy through Real Estate Investor, or called him. I think maybe his phone number was on there, and he told me all about it. And his instructions to get in the house where the side door was open had been kicked in. And based on the area it was, hearing those two things, I wasn't too excited. After a couple days went by, he called me and said, "Hey, have you seen it?" I said, "No, but I'll go by there the next day." Ran by here and really was in and out as fast as I got here. I mean, I was here for about a minute. The house was trashed on the inside. The copper had all been stolen. They demolished half the walls, and just basically wasn't that interested. I left. He called me. I said, "Hey, thanks for the opportunity. You know, that it's just out of, with all the work that needs done there, it's out of my reach." And as I'm hanging up the phone, a tip actually that I'd heard from Larry Goines, I think it was from your webinar, he had said, you know, always make an offer. So I said, you know, hey, don't take this as offensive, but this is what I could do the property at. And before I could hang the phone up, he mentions, well, you know what, can you put that on paper and send it over? And I couldn't believe it, so we sent it over. The next day or later that day, he called me back. We went back and forth a little bit. After about a 2-minute conversation, agreed on a number. And before I could commit to it, I asked for a 24-hour inspection period. They can get my partners over here to agree to it, because it was one of those that it was so far gone. And the next day we came by, looked at it. The rehab work was more than we thought. So we started doing more research on the value and actually found a few things that increased our value by about 20, 30 grand.
Wow.
And made the deal that much sweeter.
So $20,000 or $30,000 more of value even after you had went in contract.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Exactly. So that's a good bonus, isn't it?
Yeah. We had about $10,000 more work than we thought, but probably about $30,000 more in equity.
Yeah.
So
excellent. And you found it on realestateinvestor.com?
Yeah. Found it through realestateinvestor.com.
Awesome. And I think, and you know, I don't know of all the folks and what kind of transactions take place, and we don't really know, but I think this might be the first real estate investor deal that went down on our site. So that's great. Congratulations to you on that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sean, if you could kind of like break down this deal, how you got it, and what are the numbers looking like?
We negotiated a purchase price of $37 on it. It's a cash deal. The closing, we're probably 40 grand with carrying and closing after a month. I estimate about 40,000 in rehab. Could be as high as 60, worst case scenario, but it'll probably be right about 40.
Okay.
That puts us at about 80 in the property. Top dollar, we could get 140. We could probably sell it fast for 120. So what we're going to try and do is we'll put it on the market for about 60 days, and we're on a real busy street, so the amount of traffic, we should get a good response from that, and we'll list it probably somewhere around 139.9, which would net us about 60 before commissions and closing.
About $60,000, and that's on a $140,000 house.
Right.
Okay, so just to break down, $40,000 purchase, probably about $40,000 worth of rehab, maybe 60. So just high end, let's just say $100,000 is what you're in for it. You sell it for 140. Now, are you gonna have to pay a lot of realtor commissions and all that kind of stuff, or?
We've got a pretty good arrangement based on the volume that we buy with our realtor. So our commissions will be lower than normal, but with closing and commissions, it's probably gonna be about 5%. So about 7 grand. I'm guessing.
So you're looking at on a small end about 35,000.
Correct.
On the sunny day scenario, as they call it, $60,000. And this is in Columbus, Ohio, depressed market, one of the highest foreclosure rates in the nation. And so what do you say to all the people that say real estate market is toast, don't buy, you can't make any money in real estate anymore?
Keep thinking that.
Yeah, right.
I'm kidding.
He says keep thinking that so he doesn't have any more competition.
Yeah, no, there's never been a better time in my opinion. If you're trying to fix and flip, it can be tough. It's not like it was a few years ago. There was a lot of not so smart people that were able to do it and be successful. And nowadays it's a lot tougher. You got to be prepared to hold the property a lot longer. which means you got to have cash and a lot of it.
Yeah.
And if you want to sell and sell quick, you got to have the best house in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Or pretty close at a good competitive price.
Yeah.
So.
Got
But
it.
yeah, in this market, I mean, it really, I think, for wholesaling and areas of the business that you're familiar with, I think we're all going to look back on this time in 10, 20 years from now and chuckle at how easy it was to make money.
Yeah. Excellent.
I'm convinced of that.
No, that's great. So, again, Sean Malarky, Columbus, Ohio, doing deals, and it's great to be able to see someone that he takes the time to spend time with his family. He takes the time to be able to have fun. I just played soccer with him just a little while ago on a pickup team that he has, but he's also doing deals and making very good money, and you got some of the benefits to go along with it.
Yeah, and I want to say, if I can, take a time to say thanks for putting that site together at a minimum for this, and I've had a lot of fun using it. So
yeah.
Thanks to you and Matt and everybody else involved.
Awesome. You're welcome. So let's take a quick look around this place, and maybe you can point out a few things and tell me how we're gonna make money with this bad boy.
All right.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
All right.
The first things we did here, we came back here before, you literally could barely see the garage. There was so much landscaping. We tore all that out, brought a big dumpster in, actually a couple dumpsters of stuff, got that out. The roof was actually the very first thing that was done. We had a roofing crew on hold that got to work right away. The same day we bought the house, they did the roof. The siding came after that. The electric also was one of the first things we addressed. Didn't work in its current condition, so a couple grand. 2.5 weeks later, we still don't have electric, but it's coming soon. The siding was done. Most of the windows have been replaced. We have a few issues on some that haven't. They're working on those. There actually was a addition on the left side of the house back here that we tore down. It was kind of leaking roof in it. It was so bad that it didn't justify the cost to repair it. Didn't add enough value, so we tore it down. Converted this area into a screened-in porch. This is the living room here. Nice big living room. Hardwood floors. They'll look great when they're refinished. This staircase will all clean up. Will look great.
Now, what would be the reason why you would want to put carpet in here as opposed to leaving the hardwood floors? Would there be any reason why you'd want to put carpet?
To save money. To
Okay.
save money. Or, well, I think I read that 80% of people prefer hardwoods.
Okay.
But these are in great shape. We'll be able to refinish them. It will be more expensive than carpet, but you can't justify not doing it. So that's one of the great things about the house. Throughout, they have full hardwood. So.
Okay. So with this room, it looks like you're putting in new windows. You're putting some paint, keeping the hardwood floors.
Yeah, we'll all the windows throughout will be redone. Everything will be repainted, and the hardwoods we'll redo throughout. One of the great things too is all the doors in the house are the old original solid wood doors. So it's got a lot of the original features, and these are real expensive. If you
Not
try
putting
to buy
hands through here.
No.
Got it. So altogether, Sean, how much is it going to be to make this room ready to go?
This room will be about $1,500 a bedroom.
$1,500 from everything, paint.
From removing the wallpaper to mud work that needs to be done on the walls to priming and painting to redoing the floors and windows.
Everything. $1,500.
Yeah, $1,500.
All right.
We're in the bathroom here.
Yeah, this bathroom is looking pretty hit, Mr. Sean Malarky. So what are you gonna do here? I mean, looks like this is gonna be pretty much a total redo.
You'd think, but actually the bones of it are really good. I'm pretty excited. This floor, a lot of people might think it looks hideous, but I happen to love it. When it's cleaned up, we're going to do the walls with a certain color that'll work with the floor to look great. We'll replace this, bring in a new sink. This window's getting replaced, new light fixtures. These tiles, we used to tear them out. It's a lot of time and labor to tear out these tiles. You can actually paint these, have a guy come and spray them and paint them, and it looks incredible when it's done. They'll look brand new. Tub, the same thing. It's an old cast iron tub. It's a great tub, but we'll come in and repaint it like a bathroom refinish.
Got it. So how much start to finish with this bathroom, which I mean is in pretty rough shape right now. Start to finish, how much to get this thing ready to go?
A rough estimate, we probably got about $3 grand, $4 grand, somewhere.
$3 grand just in this bathroom.
Yeah.
Then?
Easy.
Okay.
The bathroom and the kitchen are probably the two most important rooms for us in the house, so that's where we'll spend our money.
Got it. So you're spending the $1,500 on a room, $3 grand on the kitchen, $5,000 on the on that. We're breaking some glass. Breaking some glass, real estate investor style. Cool. Excellent. Thanks, Sean.
Yep. This, if you guys aren't familiar with what these holes are from, this is the theft of copper. They punch these out so they can get to the copper that runs to your shower.
Wow.
So when you see this, you should get excited because this scares a lot of people and they run.
Got it.
Whenever you're in contract to buy a house, always come back the day before you close and look for these holes because the thieves will get in and get your copper. And the worst thing is to buy a house that you looked at one day and had the copper, and when you go to buy it, it's gone. So.